Warm welcome. Let's get on with Koku, space. Very famous chapter of Shobogenzo. Now I'd like to comment on the title generally and remind people that Koku is not an idea, it's not a concept. It's not something floating in your head, my head. It's not an abstraction, not even a metaphor. Ko means empty, vacant, open, and ku means space and emptiness. So Koku conveys the spacious reality as well as its empty nature, its selfless ground, the ground out of which all things and all beings manifest themselves. It is obviously the very stuff we are made of, I should say, and the fabric through which we communicate, interrelate, unite, and dance. When we take this present reality, and when we boil it down, we strip it to its bare bones and even beyond, we find Koku. In a very famous story, Bodhidharma is testing the understanding of a few students. And they all come saying various things. And to one of them he says, "You've got my skin." To the other one, "You've got my flesh." And to the third one, "You've got my bones." And when it comes to the last one, all he does is just to bow and doesn't speak. He just bows. And Bodhidharma says, "You've got my marrow." So that moment of bowing is Koku. Koku is home, basically. But not a home we are heading to, not something that's going to be found after we die, a kind of heaven. It's not something that we trying to achieve, to grasp, because we can't. One of my students in a recent discussion came up with this wonderful picture. He said, "Look at my hand." Well, Koku is a bit like my hand trying to grasp my hand, grasp itself. Cannot do it. It doesn't really function. It's not possible. But that's Koku. That's the mystery of Koku. So that's where we belong, all along. Not tomorrow, not yesterday, just moment by moment. And as we manifest in time and space, we arise from Koku. And as Koku is we believe that we are living separately and independently of all things. Of course, we're not. Buddhist literature is rich, very rich in images to express the one becoming many and the many returning to the one. The wave arising close to the shore, and the same wave being part of the sea, and yet can be differentiated. As it collapses and crashes, it resumes its original formless form. Kodo Sawaki likes to speak about the drop of rain when it falls into the sea. The drop being self-conscious existence. Life, and the merging with the sea being the death process of coming home, but not of dying, just dropping the false self. When we loosen the boundaries of the drop, we totally release the water of the wave, and return to what Dogen calls water origin in a famous poem that I already spoke about. Cloud self, water origin. Even shortly before his death, Dogen writes, the famous poem, "The world, moonlight, in a drop shaken from the crane's bill." This is impermanence, but it's a very poetic description of the coming and going of all things. What is Koku here? Or even better, what is not Koku? The space bird, the space bird, the space moon, the space world, the space drop, the space pill, all made of the same texture, matter, luminosity. Koku moves in Koku, in waves of forms and shapes and energy. Ultimately, there is nothing but Koku. Only space. We look at the first lines of the text next time. Meanwhile, enjoy your life and enjoy your practice.